Hello, hello. Yoga, movement. That's what you came here for. That's what we're carving this small amount of time out for. For deliberate movement, strengthening, and I guess just to be better. Where am I supposed to be? Right here. You found this, you came to this. So I guess you're ready. You're ready to explore, to try to understand more. And let's go with what the vibe is telling us. Feel it out. Big inhale, big exhale. Move around your mat. Make your way to standing. If you happen to have started this video sitting down, by all means, bring it to standing. Walk up and down your mat. Look to connect with the ground. Check your surroundings. Right? See the space that we're about to move in and how we might use it. What props I might take. I see some pillows there that if this ends up being more passive, okay, because this is organic, we're going to let the universe in all her glory tell us what to do today. And we'll listen, because she's usually right. She usually knows what it is that we need. Continue stepping on the floor in awkward ways. And what I mean by that, right? Starting at the soft tissue. Force is the only language that your cells understand. So by placing force upon the feet, the ankles, in every which way. Say for instance, I'm trying to roll my ankle. I'm looking for a pseudo roll. But again, watching myself in case I'm injured or hurt, and then I won't really push into that. I might just be listening. If my legs are completely shot out and the practice should be on the floor, we'll end up there. And you're listening, taking this in for the times when you do have movement available. But I'm assuming that we're good. You found this in a good state. Find the top of your mat. Either side, we've checked our space. Take a deep inhale, fill the belly, fill the diaphragm, chest and lungs, fill the throat. Hold at the top and squeeze the whole body. Toes, calves, hips, low back, mid back, arms, even my face muscles, and release. You might have done it faster than me. But again, let's do a big deep breath in. Squeeze at the top. Shake the bottle. Shake the bottle. I'm trying to use that reference now more often. Imagine a plastic bottle, say a soda bottle. It's filled with marbles. Inside, it's filled with marbles inside. We flip the bottle upside down and all the marbles try to drop out of that hole. It may be one or two slip by, but ultimately they all get stuck. And simply by shaking the bottle, we can get that movement to start to happen again. So we're the bottom, right? Every little joint space is like the head of that bottle. And when it calls forth, when your attention calls it forth, feel free. Shake the bottles. Some positions will be easier to shake the bottles in than others, but that's good awareness too, right? Where can we truly connect and let loose? Last time, big inhale, lower abs, upper abs, diaphragm, chest, throat, top of your head. Hold everything, squeeze everything. On the exhale, fold. Bring your chin to your chest. Let your shoulders droop down. Chest collapses, mid back, low back, all the way down to the ground. Once we get to that fold, we will dangle. Here's another good place to shake the bottle. Right? And you can tell, is your bottle open or closed? Because you'll feel closed because things will be tight. But if your bottle's open, shake it all off. Toes, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, arms, head. Walk it all the way out. Make your way to tabletop, all fours. Long stretches here. Turn the fingertips towards your knees and lean back, finding your end range. What does that mean? That's when you start to feel the stretch in a specific area. So we reach that end range and we'll hold here. Focus on the breath. As you breathe, cat-cow. Let the arms be straight. Exaggerated. Inhale, arch it up. Exhale, round your back. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just hold it there. No more cat-cow, just still deep into that stretch in the wrists. Shift the weight forward, fingertips still pointing back. Can you lift your fingers off the ground? This will take a little bit of a forward lean, right? Stretching the top hand tissue. Keep those fingertips off the ground as best you can. Keep lifting them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back to neutral. Make a fist into the ground. Spread the hands. Pushing the back of the hand into the mat. Spread the fingers. Again, placing force on the joints that we don't normally pay attention to. Although we're constantly using them, right? Our hands, our wrists, we're on our phones, we're on our computers. So why not give them a bit more attention? And why? For the sake of activating the cells and the tissue around that area to get better at understanding force and movement since we use them so much. Flat hands. Roll the shoulders. Spinal wave, cat-cow. Can I articulate a little deeper? Let the booty shift toward the heels. Let the chin shift past the hands. Inhale, exhale. Switching directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Walk the hands out and bring ourselves into that puppy pose. So puppy pose isn't child's pose. Notice we didn't go there first. It's keeping the knees and hips in line and then trying to bring the chin and the chest down. Parachute yourself down slowly. Right? Retract the shoulders. Breathe the chin and the chest down, holding that gentle arch in the back. Our goal is to get our chest to the ground. It might not get there. Here's a good place to use a pillow or a block if it feels like you're not going to get there without some assistance. Reach those hands out. Cat-cow deeply. Rotate the shoulders back. Bring the chest down to your mat. Perhaps the forehead pushes for a second gently. And notice when I have my hands down,
I still don't have my chest, but I can feel where the limitation is. That is my shoulders. I haven't spent enough time passively just sitting here so that my nervous system says, hey, you can use that range of motion. It's not there just yet. I can try to shake the bottle here, but not too much shaking is gonna happen. I'm getting to the end. Can I push it? Sure, right? I can sort of force my chest down. Also regress it so that I'm not as deep into the arch. And rest at that end range. Ten more seconds at whatever depth of your puppy pose you might have. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back in. Tabletop, all fours. Shake it all off. Wag your tail. Ear to shoulder, shoulder to hip, big oblique crunch. Tucking the toes under, float the knees off the ground, downward facing dog. Pedal out your down dog. And we primed our shoulders using that puppy press. So we should feel good. Shake off the hands, pedal out those knees. Long exhales. Concentrate on exhaling out. You'll always breathe in to see how much air you can let go and hold before allowing the breath to naturally make its way back in. Just like everything in life, it's an exchange. It's an exchange. You can't get a breath without giving one up. So give up that breath. And worry not, because you will receive one in return. Tiptoe all the way to the top. Find your forward fold. Up halfway, hands on those shins. And it can be elbow on the knees, but I'm looking for shoulder and hip alignment. In this halfway position, remembering hands on the shin, elbows on the knees, I want to be soft enough, right? I want to be soft enough that I can spend time in this posture and have it feel as normal as standing. Why? For the sake of strengthening my body in this position. Comes in handy when we're bending over, looking to do things. We make this part of our normal posture. We won't hurt our back. How many times have we ended up here because our back is hurt? Like, oh, and we don't know what to do because of a muscle spasm. So even in that, we're paying attention to what it feels like to be in this posture when we're not hurt, and how to recover from that posture if we are. Learn to notice what feels right. How does it feel right? Where do I start to get tired? Deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Again, we're still hanging out in the halfway position. Elbows on the knees, hands on the shin. Right? We might start to feel the quads, the glutes burning, but that's okay. That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for. Right? Pay attention to your body. I'm telling you, you're working too hard. If so, come out of it already. Stand up for a second or two. When you're ready, join us back in. This also comes in handy in public potty time. Well, you know, in the woods. Strong legs. How much time do you really need? Right? No, a minute or two. So maybe practicing will have its uses. We're still in that halfway position. right? Shoulders and hips in as much alignment as possible. Shifting the weight from toes to heels. Letting the neck and the shoulder relax. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold it down. Again, decompressing the spine. We were in that halfway position for quite some time. Might feel good just to surrender. Let the leg be long now. Where the quad was shortened, now look. We want to try to completely extend it. But not at the cost of pain. If something is painful, step away from the pain. And in these preliminary movements, you're trying to pay attention to what is pain and what is discomfort. If something pinches or feels sharp, absolutely get out of there. That is painful. But discomfort comes in many ways, and we're trying to get a little bit uncomfortable, right? And it is uncomfortable to feel tight and tense and not be able to move in the way you're asking your body to. So yeah, stay in that uncomfortable spot for a little bit. Again, we're still hanging over our legs. Easy peasy. Using my surroundings, right? A table or a chair might help me really learn to relax in the fold, right? And giving me trust that, hey, I'll be able to get up out of this after I've spent the time. Right leg steps back, left leg steps back. Plank position, drop to the knees. So now we're plank on the knees. Not tabletop, but plank on the knees. Spending a little time here. Here's a good place to shake the bottom. Shake the bottom. Hips can drop gently, pushing into the tops of the feet and the shins. All right, can I point my toes and kick down into the mat without lifting myself up? Just to create tension in that front line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing back, child's pose. Toes touch, knees wide. Left arm threads under. Big rotation. Lift that right arm up and twist. Oh. Hand can drop to the small of the back, or perhaps find the inner thigh. Breathe into the twist here. Let my shoulder rock back. Quick shake of the bottle. These postures are about calm, opening up space for the work we do all day or the work we're going to do for our future self. Whether I'm gonna be lifting at the gym, running a marathon, come up and out of this moment of stretching, yoga, asana practice, posture practice is going to help all that. Because one, once you try to get into some of these positions, threading the right arm under, what we do to one side, we do to the other. Thread that right arm, tackling the ground. Because once we do some of these positions and find that I can't move, that's the beginning of a roadmap to the principle of specificity. Right? If my hip or my shoulder starts showing up less than, then I know that I need to program something that specifically targets me trying to make that thing better. Doesn't mean I stop the rest of my workout, but the fixing of a problem that's making everything worse should be priority. Message. Message. Because that might not just be for the physical, but for all things in life. Reach the arm up high, unravel, back to child's pose. Bend at the elbows, reach the hands to the small of the neck. Gentle crawl, dragging the hips back. And if the knees or the ankles hurt here too much, don't worry about leaning all the way back. Perhaps you place a pillow behind your knees and sit deep into it. Or you stay more in the tabletop position. Whatever calls to you. Shift forward, forearms on the ground. Knees in line with the shoulders. Kick that left leg back. Driving the ball of the foot into the mat. And stretch that back line, right? With leg extended. Can I cat-cow? Checking my anterior and posterior pelvic tilt. Right hip is flexed more. I could bring it deeper. If I'm exploring, strengthening my knee and hip capsule might be beneficial. But I can chill with it a little higher. I'm gonna push back into the deepest for the sake of, I wanna get my knees and my hips to respond in flexion better. My low squat has been bothering me, so what better way to explore what parts of that low squat than to get into that low squat position, but in a different plane of motion. Bend that left knee. Good. Now we're balancing on the forearms. I'm rested about my surroundings. I can use my arms, however, to keep me in good posture. Squeezing that left heel towards my booty. Pulling my low back up. Loading the right toe, right knee, right ankle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Keep the forearms down. Bending that left knee, heel towards the booty. Draw left knee into the chest. Neutral back, out to the side. Hold that fire hydrant. Hip abduction. Big inhale, hold and breathe. I know it. It might be firing off. Stick with it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Internally rotate. Turn that hip inward. Kick that heel up high. Hook the leg up, back, and twist. Plant the left hand down. Let's work at stretching that side, right? Let the foot drop. Head can drop as well. This is when the surroundings might help you. If there's a wall or a table behind you, I'd rest that foot there. I'd rest my arm. All for the sake of pulling and feeling what that pull of gravity is doing to my oblique. Can reach that left arm overhead, stabilizing and balancing however you see fit. Let the shoulder and the hip pull away from each other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down, forearm tabletop. Knees in line with the shoulders. What we do to one side, we do to the other. Extend that right leg. Remember all that time we spent figuring out where we were gonna go? Well, we kind of know where we want to go. I'm gonna bring myself into my deepest flexion on the left hip. Toe. And this leg feels a little different. I have more of a pinching and discomfort on this left side. So for the sake of not chasing pain, because even I'm so used to that, I'll pull back and stay right where it feels more. I'm getting a stretch, or the muscles are contracting in a way that feels beneficial. Not in a way that will get painful if I decide to stay there or push through, muscle through. Remember, flexibility and mobility, slow road, but just like lifting, you gotta pay attention. Again, I'm cat-cow, pushing through the ball of the foot. Shake the bottle, shake the bottle. Bend that right knee. Again, here I am at the bottom of my squat, right? Checking for the pain points. Squeezing that heel towards my booty. Using my hands to adjust for depth. What access do I have? Deep inhales, deep exhales. Squeeze that stabilizing leg, right calf, hamstring, glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift that weight forward. Staying on the forearm, bring the hip in line with the knee. Squeeze that left heel towards your booty. Draw the right knee into your chest. Neutral back. Look for flexion in that right hip. And surely that left hip might be starting to get tired. Difference between discomfort and pain. Fire hydrant out to the side, lift that right leg. Internally rotate, turn that heel to point up towards the sky, keeping the knee out to the side. Inhale, exhale. Allow to shift the weight. Adjust for any feelings of pain. But stay in the discomfort. 1. Hook the leg back, up, and around. Good. We're now to that baby half moon. The big stretch along the right side. The right arm reach. Right leg reach back. Opening up that oblique. And looking for the stretch. Oh, luckily I have a table close by. Gives me a place to rest my hand while I challenge my hip to push back. But also how my left hip is responding to me trying to use it to stabilize, right? Right leg's floating. Let that hip pull down and away. Shake the bottle if you can. And if you happen to fall out of a posture, that's fine. Find yourself back into it as quickly, as safely as possible. Or just rest and pull out for a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Forearm tabletop. Up to the hands. Shake it off, cat-cow. Adjust your mat if it moves out of the way. Tucking the toes under. Shimmy and wag that tail. Down dog, twist. Great. Forward to plank. Down dog, twist. Rotate, shift to plank. Rotate, shift to plank. Big inhales. Steady state exhales. Like moving freely between those postures, making them your own. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that down dog. Twist. left hand grabs right ankle or the right knee. At its simplest, I'm just twisting back. At the most, I'm reaching for that ankle, looking under that right armpit, and holding the posture. Here's an excellent place to shake the bottle. So many things are locked and engaged that it might feel accessible. Soft bend in the knees, holding that rotation. Shaking off the shoulders. Forward to plank, quick transition. Find your plank once more and rotate. Right hand, left ankle. Where's our twist? Here. Push the heels down. See if I can lift my toes. But again, you are the authority on how you move. Body may be so tired that it doesn't want to listen to what you have to say. So you figure out how to make it listen. Let it stay there and listen to the uncomfortable conversation, which is just you moving into the ways that will ultimately benefit you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward to plank. Downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards your feet. Hanging in that forward fold. Up halfway. Hands on your shins. Ski jump with the arms back behind you. And big inhale, rise on up. Oh, and let's consider that time really easy. Even though it was long holds, it probably helped open up most of the joints. Now that we're in standing, let's rate that heart rate a little bit. Let's burn some deliberate calories, which will help in the metabolic boost, but also strengthen and sculpt. Right? We've learned that yoga makes you long and lean, but yes, it's because we are lengthening and then trying to make active strength, not just passively hold it there. And there's something to be said for passive strength, passive flexibility, right? Where we just let it happen and it is naturally. But it takes force, right? Tissue doesn't change without actively pursuing it. And as such, let us actively pursue. Hands on those hips, small hip circles. Bring it clockwise. 9, 8, 7, 6. At 5 seconds, switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spinal waves, standing. Chin, chest, roll down as low as you can. Lead with the arch back, almost falling down. 1, 2, and yours may not look like this. Yours may feel awkward and weird, but here's me giving you permission to feel awkward and weird until it no longer does. Until you just feel like you got a gooey spine that listens to everything you say. Reverse that. Drive the chin forward, chest down, squat, leaning back as you come up. Again, lead with the chin, chest, drop down low, bend the knees, lean back as you come up, chin glued to the chest. How's your breathing? Can you find your breath? Like all the postures, all the moves, we want to connect the breath. We want to be able to have a conversation no matter what posture, what movement we're doing it in. And take notice when we can't breathe or talk, because that means we're probably in an intense state, which might be good for us in the short term, but we don't want to stay too long. Good. Bent knee circles. Standing on the right leg, draw the right knee into the chest. Again, use my surroundings. There could be a wall, a chair that allows me to access this a little easier. Going clockwise and switch counterclockwise. Beautiful. Switch sides. All the way into the right leg. Big hip circles. Left knee. And keeping the knee bent. And look, for instance, here in these, I hear some pops and cracks. It's uncomfortable, not painful. So I'll listen to that, moving through it, and watching how it shows up in the rest of practice. Because that might be a priority, to give it a whole day of just, hey, what's going on with my hips and low back? Especially after today's practice, and any deliberate movement. Good. Bring it heels down. Big hip circles. Where we went short last time, we want to go big. Dip the head down. Chest draws a line across the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Squat mobility drill. Starting with the hands up high. And if we end up on our toes, so be it, right? Check. This is to check your squat mobility, but it is an exercise to prime it. Arms up high. Squat down as low as you can. Plant the hands on the ground. Lift the hips up high. Squat back down. Raise the hands up. Stand nice and tall. That's 5. Down. Hands. Hips high. Hips down. Arms up. 4. Down. Hands. Hips. Squat. Hands. 3. Squat down. Hands to the ground. Hips up high. Hips down low. Arms up high. Stand real tall. 2. Hands to the ground. Hips up high. Hips down low. Arms up high. Last one, we'll stay in that fold. So squat down low. Plant the hands and staying in the fold. Ooh, good fold. Hands find opposite elbows this time. Pedaling out the knees, keeping a soft bend, never completely locking, especially not at first, not until we're used to letting our tummy rest on your thighs and getting the shoulders and arms to relax. Nod yes and no. Good, making space for the shoulders. Finding access to as much breath as you can get. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's power pose. Classic moves. Bring it forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, chest, chin. Peel it up into a baby cobra. That means just my shoulders, my chest is pulling up, my hands barely helping, tops of my feet pushing into the ground, and I'm also expanding my breath, using that to raise my back line. Couple more seconds, just at a minor hold. 3, 2, and go all the way up. High cobra, tuck those toes, lift the knees, upward dog, squeeze the legs, downward facing dog. Tiptoe, stepping all the way to the top of your mat. Again, baby steps. Keep them together. Up halfway, hands on those shins, big inhale. Exhale, fold. Right leg steps back, find your low lunge. We want to load tummy on that thigh, strong through that back leg. Notice I let go of my hands, then I'm primarily using my legs, but bracing through my core. Right, fingertips can help, but I want to begin to gently sway. Rock that weight into the toe, into the heel, strengthening this 90-degree position, which is half of chair, right? Back leg nice and sturdy, hands barely scraping the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift it up, high lunge. Right, notice back heel is still up, I'm facing forward. Checking in with my hips, but really loading that left leg. Boy, is she getting tired. And you didn't even notice, because after all that stretching and exploration we did earlier, right, that was working all the stuff too. Prepping her for the moves coming up now. Open up, warrior 2. Keep driving that left knee, right? Adjusting if I need to. How do I pull back if it feels tough? Just straighten around and push back into that lunge. Keep the arms stable, steady. Peaceful warrior. Bring that right hand down the right leg. Keep pulsing. Drive that left knee forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side angle. Drive that elbow into the knee. Reach that arm up and over. Right? And notice how the change in accessibility, right? Where that quad and leg were kind of tired, here they can withstand a little more. They have the feedback from that left arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back down, low lunge. Left arm up, twist. Drop that right knee and look for that big hip stretch. Nice edge. Can I pull the left hip back and then drive that left hip towards my heel? Right? Little dynamic stretch addition here. Nice edge of the foot. Big stretch through the quad. Hamstring, side leg. 3, 4. Last one. Can we hold that number 5? Holding the nice edge. Folding over the leg. Checking in with discomfort and pain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Low lunge. Left foot meets the right. Plank. Exhale. Knees. Chest, chin. Peel it back up. Baby cobra. Whew. We got that hold. Good sequence on the left leg. When we do to one side, we do to the other. So breathe into the belly. Keep that back line strong. Engaging the shoulders, upper glutes, low and mid back, belly pushing into the ground for that extra support. Tops of the feet pushing, legs strong, knees locked. 3, 2, tuck the toes under. Push yourself all the way up. High cobra. Lift the knees off the ground. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Chest circles in this down dog. Think of keeping the arms locked. Driving the shoulders forward. Chest forward. So you're making circles with your chest, but pushing back. Both clockwise and counter. 5, 4, 3, 2. Baby steps all the way to the top. Take your time. Deep breaths. Find your calm. If you feel your heart rate going through the roof or you can't concentrate, that's another preliminary place to start. Why can't I just pay attention? Why can't I just stay right here? because it's uncomfortable, not painful. So stay in that discomfort. Up halfway, hands on the shins. Ski jump with the arms. Shift into chair, gently counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold. Left leg back, low lunge. Focusing the low lunge. Again, framing my right leg, spending time. Tummy rest on my thighs, and ooh, what differences do I have? It's a little harder here to actually lift my legs and find the comfortable position, which I haven't paid attention to in a while. But again, hands are scraping the ground, leg is strong, squeeze the glute, hamstring. Taking deep breaths, connecting toes and feet through the ground. Feel that energy. Again, fingertips are spraying. They're barely touching the ground, or they're actually helping us hold that strong posture, right? Deep inner thigh, hip and hamstring. And lift her up into high lunge. Again, back heel is up. Framing my head. Looking for that posterior and anterior pelvic tilt and how my body's responding. Broke a sweat a little bit. It's a little warm, one might say. But that's good. I want the body fired up, in place. Big inhale, drive through. Back heel parallels the mat, warrior 2. Again, what I say, right? If we need a little rest, like I'm taking right now, straighten that right knee, but then bring her back, bring her back. The point of practice is to work hard, check in with the knee, right? And here, if I have knee issues, right, definitely pull back and try to squeeze where the knee feels solid on either side, and then push that envelope. Getting deeper, pushing wider, squeezing tighter. Peaceful, bring the left hand down the leg. Again, taking your time to set yourself into the lunge. Feel as if you can take normal breaths, as you can have a conversation and still stay in these postures. Hold her down. Into the side angle. Right elbow, right knee. Remember the transition, the actual feel of, oh, leg is still working in the lunge, but since I get to lean on my knee with my elbow, there's a good little feedback loop that helps me understand how my back and hip play along, helping me stay solid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Frame that right leg, low lunge. Right arm up, twist. And again, find that cool little crescent lunge. Modified, of course, right? Arm is high, pushing into the knife's edge of that right foot. Hand might drop back. Drag that left hip and knee lazily. Big inhales. Long exhales. And this side's calling a little bit more time to me. Squeezing in a couple different places. Feeling it in the ankle on the right. But then, of course, same move we explored on the left, we'll do here. Straighten her out, keeping the knife's edge Letting the outside of the leg get the stretch, but also feel the inside. Back to the front. Quad engages. Pull back, straighten the leg. Give that last one a nice long hold. Again, differentiating between pain and discomfort, because this is crazy uncomfortable. Feels like, not painful, but sort of like my leg might pop out its socket, like a G.I. Joe or a Barbie. And so I'm weary of it, but it's not painful. So I'll stay in it. Letting my nervous system adapt. It knows if we listen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift it forward, low lunge. Right foot meets the left, plank. This time, give ourselves a full chaturanga. Upward dog, down dog, twist and connect. Keep twisting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back towards your feet. Walk the hands over to the left side and rotate. We're going to find ourselves in a cross-legged fold. Left leg should be behind the right. Can we stand tall and squeeze our inner thigh, right? Getting a little cat-cow action. Hips, touch and connect. 3, 2, fold her down. Walk the hands back to center. Up halfway, hands on those shins. Ski jump with the arms back behind you. Drop into that chair pose and shake your bottle here. Keep the hips and knees in line, keep the arms up high, even rest them on your head. Long final hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold. Walk the hands over to the right. Again, finding your cross-legged fold. This time, right foot's in front, left leg's behind. Bring her on up. Shimmy and shake those hips. Look for what connection of cat-cow we might have. Hip circles. Clockwise. Counter. Heels heavy, push down. Shake the bottle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold her down the middle. Walk the hands to center. Rotating back. Adjust your mat if it got loose once more. Walk the hands out. Find your downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Chaturanga, yogi push up. Upward dog, down dog, split. Left leg up to the sky. And then bend the knee. Swinging that left leg up and over. Pushing your chest towards the back wall. Keep raising that knee up high. Maybe the left hand feels light, but it's not a side plank. We're not opening up. I still want the shoulders to connect to the ground. Only letting that hip open, loose. Knee rising high. 5, 4, 3, 2. This time we bring the knee out to the side, not to pigeon, not to pigeon. Can I glue that knee to my elbow? If not, just float it. If not, bring her down completely. Good. Knees out to the side. Perfect for opening up that low back. Bring it right into the pretzel by crossing that right arm under. Use that left hand to help pull the hip back as you gently rotate. Looking for the separation, looking for that decompression. Once you got there, if it feels good, bend at the knee. Right? It might bring a little bit of a cramp, but that's okay. If it does, pull away and ramp it up slowly. Right? That's just your nervous system protecting you, or trying to protect you from a range of motion you might not have fully under control. But it's a good sign that your nervous system is working for you. Pull that left knee in, kick the right leg back. Shake the bottle, shake the bottle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Plant the hands by your sides. Toes can stay tucked, or tops of the feet can push. Find your plank. Downward facing dog. Big split, right leg up to the sky. Same as the other side, right? What we do to one side, we do to the other. Or at least attempt to the same degree. So that right knee lifts up, squeezes high. Finding a big inhale. Squeeze that hand knee, lift that knee. And just like we did on the other side, shift that weight forward. If we can, bring the knee to the tricep or the shoulder. If it's tough to pinch in, float her out to the side. Once we can't hold her up no more, drop her down. Lengthen that left leg. Right knee directly out to the side. And slide yourself into position. Right? It's not a law that you have to stay in exactly the same spot on your mat. The mat is just a reference point from which to move from. Gentle exploration of the cat-cows. Threading into your pretzel. Again, think of entering this one slow. We've done so many rotations, a lot of hold, that it probably feels a little tender. And that's good, right? You can feel the areas we've worked, so I'm gonna pull down on my low back as I continue to twist to help that decompression continue to happen safely under my watch for the sake of moving better and pain relief. Once I feel I had that limit, what happens? Back knee bends. Again, if you start to feel the cramp, pull back just a little bit and then re-engage. And I still chase the cramps sometimes, but I think that's just an obsession with thinking I'm doing something, which it is. But now, I'd rather have the movement without the quick pain or quick discomfort. Become a supple leopard, ready to pounce, ready to move at any moment. Kick and pull. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rolling back to center. Bring it back to tabletop. Last little shimmy, last little shakes. Any posture that I did not offer, now's the time to play around with it. Get something you'd like to do, explore or stretch. And if not, when you're ready, bring yourself, however, to laying down on your back. Relaxing the arms out to the side, legs comfortable. And here we definitely want to shake the bottom. Arms, necks, shoulders, flail around while letting gravity pull your spine down. Take a deep breath. Bring the hand to the belly, hand to your chest. Fill up lower, all the way till you feel your chest expand. And then release that air. Thank you so much for staying with this practice. You made it all the way through. Gratitude above all else. You came and gave yourself some deep movements. Probably sat with some stuff you didn't want to. I know I did. But we are all the better for it. Maybe you stay here for as many minutes as you need to. Your Shavasana, your flow. When you're ready, get out. Tackle the day, the night. Peace, 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 my peoples. Namaste.